After a grand success of Nepal's Top 7 debaters 2012 and we receiving overwhelming responses of our viewers, we're back with the first audition round of Nepal's Top 7 debaters 2013 produced by Today's Youth Asia. The debaters are divided into 6 categories, 2 languages and 3 educational level. After the selection from the audition round, the debaters will enter into a series of competition round where one winner from each category will be announced and the 7th winner will be a special mention. And that is how we'll crown the Nepal's Top 7 debaters 2013.
We now begin with the audition round in the category of grade 10, 11 and 12. For the next debaters of grade 10, 11 and 12, the topics are: Nepali students going abroad for studies should come back and work for Nepal's development. Nepal should focus on Asia for economic prospects rather than relying on the West. The fight against child labor is being lost. Fairness cream advertisements contribute to racism.
Good afternoon everyone, it's me Angela Chabogai from Skyriders Higher Secondary English Boarding School of Chittagong district. I study in grade 10 and today I am here in the category of 10, 11 and 12 and I am going to speak for the topic Nepalese students going to abroad for higher studies should come back to Nepal and work for its economic development, and I am going to speak for the motion. It's obvious that Nepal is a developing country and it is not able to achieve its pace of economic development. Why is the condition so? Have we ever thought for that? The one and only reason is that the skilled manpower in our country are going to the foreign countries and working there instead of working in our countries. And I would like to have the honor to reveal that why India and China are achieving their economic development, because they are calling they are withdrawing their citizens they are withdrawing the citizens from foreign agency like NASA, and at present such citizens are contributing for the economic development. But the condition in the Nepal is just contrary, because there is no feeling of nationality among the students of Nepal and they are leaving their country in the darkness and they are going to brighten their future. But the education system of our country is far better than the education system of Western countries. The students of Nepal can compete to the students in the international level. So why do we think that the education system of our country is not good? Is not Tribhuvan University one of the recognized university of Asia contributing a lot for economic development? It is contributing for the educational development. It is producing a lot of skilled manpower, but those skilled manpower are leaving their country and marching towards the development of other countries. At present, according from around April to this year to the date, about 20,000 students have received no objection letter from the Ministry of Education and they have gone to UK for higher studies. And if we have a glance at there, then the condition is very poor, because the Nepalese students have not got the higher education there. Instead, they are suffering a lot. They are becoming the sufferer, and along with them their family too are suffering a lot. And if we talk about the economic development, there are the requirement of 2 things for the economic development. One is the natural availability of natural resources and another is the proper utilization of natural resources. And it's no doubt that our country Nepal is rich in the natural resources, but it is undeniable fact that there is not the proper utilization of natural resources. Then who can make the proper utilization of natural resources? Without no doubt that only skilled and well trained manpower can make the proper utilization of natural resources. So in this context, let's call all the citizens who are in the foreign countries to our country so that they can contribute a lot for the economic development of our country. The Rampur College of Chittagong district is contributing a lot for the economic development, and the government should evoke the citizens to study in the Rampur College so that they can contribute a lot for the economic development. Thank you.
Honorable judges, here presented audience. It's me, Sunita Tamang, representing Sai Dharmabhakta School from Nakhul, Lalitpur. And today my topic is fairness advertisement contributes to racism. Well, beauty lies in your heart, not in the outer experience, not in the outer appearance. Today's people believe in good heart, not in good face or not in the skin tone. But recently, many beauty products or many beauty fairness creams has coincidentally discourage the people who have black skin tone? Well, talking about racism, racism is a difference, or let's say discrimination among the white skin tone and black skin tone people. What I believe is having a black skin is not a wrong, or having a fair skin is not enough to be a lucky. Well, big personalities, big people, let's say big philosopher doesn't need a fairness cream to be good and to be a broad-lined. Well, every time, in every aspect of the world, every places of the world, we say advertisement, entertainment programs, movies, everything of media, they are focused in the fairness. Why is it so? Is it wrong to be a black, or it is lucky enough to be white? Well, I say is black people can also do something. Well, for example, Nelson Mandela, he is a black people and he is a world-shaking personality. Racism has also created so many wars in ancient time, like for example in South Africa, British ruled it for so long, and one of the main cause was racism. One of the cause was racism. The white people were proud of their white color, but the people who have white skin tone, they had the cruel heart. They even made the black people, they are like a dog. They treated the people like a dog. And what I say is, inner beauty is the real thing. Today's world is hunger of beauty, beautiful heart, not the hunger of beautiful face, beautiful skin. Well, some may say that beauty products gives vitamins to the skin, they require vitamins to the skin. But what I say is, because of these beauty products, many people who have good skins are also being affected. They have different diseases of skin. Not only that, the many organizations, or let's say factories of this skin, of the beauty products are also being cancelled due to these problems. At last, what I want to say is that beauty lies in heart, not an outer experience. Thank you.
Namaskar, I am Buddhiman Tamang from Ramsap. I passed my grade 12 from Canvas International College. Today I am going to debate on the topic, Nepal should focus on Asia for economic prospect rather than relying on the West. I am going for the motion. As you know, Nepal is a developing country. The disturbing political status and the lack of technological infrastructures are the main hindrances for the economic growth of our nation. As you know, the lack of skilled manpowers, lack of technical and vocational trainings and their effectiveness, and also unemployment are the main problems of our economy. But this problem is common among most of the Asian countries, so we can work together with Asian countries. Furthermore, they also share the same geographical structures, same cultures and religions, so we can easily establish the coordination and cooperation among the nations, and the effort can be more effective. As you see, they also share the same economical problems and almost same economical status. So they can work together as equals without losing their self-esteem to eradicate their common problem. The steps can be more effective. Since they lie on the same continent, they also can do trade easily with less cost, and the trade can be more productive. So Nepal can upgrade its economical status by working together with the Asian countries without staking its self-esteem. Now looking at the West, they are just far developed. They no longer focus on economic growth. They focus on military strength and maintaining the hostility among the hostile groups. So the foreign aids that we get from the West can be a mousetrap for another colonialism. So we should avoid that. They are just trying to amass the poor countries of the Asia on their side. They are trying to unlock the gate of political and cultural dominance over us. They are trying to ultimately gain the dominance over our self-esteem. So why to rely on them? We should try to work together with Asian countries and maintain our self-esteem. With our common effort, we can upgrade our economic standard easily. So I would prefer to rely on the Asian countries and to work together with them rather than relying on the West. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone, honorable judges and respected persons. Representing myself from National Integrated College, my good name is Sushila Karki and I am the student of grade 12. In this debate competition, I am going to speak for the topic, and the topic for today is Fight Against Child Labour is Being Lost. Let's get started with the topic. The practice of child labour was there in the past, it is still there in the present, and if it continues like this, it is going to be the same today. Because the practice of child labour is inherited from generation to generations. In spite of many NGOs that has been working against the child labour, the practice of child labour is still there. And we can see the miserable eyes pleading us for help because for them it is very difficult to carry the heavy work in their early age. In Nepal, about 3 million of children work under extreme hardship. Among them, 1 billion works without being paid. According to the ILO, International Labour Organization, there is 20% increasement in child labour working in between the age of 15 to 16. Doesn't it mean that the child labour is losing its meaning? Doesn't it mean that our battle against the child labour has lost its meaning? Yes, definitely, the battle has lost its meaning. In the context of where the child labour is being socially accepted, if we find a child working in a factory, then it is not a new thing for us because he's doing something from their family, he's earning for their family and for their livelihood. This means that the child labour starts from our own circle or even our own home where we don't have a problem. Doesn't this mean that the fight has lost its meaning? Besides this, the topic of child labour has been hot and happening issues for the political leaders to have discussion over hours and hours, because to analyze the practice of child labour they don't have to go far, because the practice of child labour they can even see in their own homes, public place, or even in the place where they have, or even in the place where they discuss where they held a meeting to abolish the child labour. Doesn't this mean that the fight against the child labour has really lost its meaning? In conclusion, what I like to tell is that the child labour is a circle that we've been creating from our own home, and we're letting the children to fight for themselves in a circle, being an audience. So at last, I want to tell that the fight against the child labour has really lost its meaning. Having said that, I think I made myself clear. Thank you.
विगत 10 वर्षदेखि टुडेज युथ एसियाले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरको वैकल्पिक शिक्षा प्रदान गर्दै आएको छ। हालसम्म 1200 विद्यार्थीहरू 20वटा भन्दा बढी मुलुकहरूमा राम्रो छात्रवृत्ति प्राप्त गरेर पढिरहेका छन्। समूह 1 कक्षा 4, 5 र 6, समूह 2 कक्षा 7, 8, 9 र 10, समूह 3 कक्षा 11 र 12 लाई लक्षित गरेर टुडेज युथ एसियाले प्रदान गर्दै आएको विभिन्न वैकल्पिक शिक्षा, लिडरशिप एन्ड स्किल डेभलपमेन्ट प्रोग्राम र स्कुल रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभ मिडिया ट्रेनिङ हुन्। यी वैकल्पिक शिक्षा बिदा र छुट्टीका दिनहरूमा पढ्न मिल्ने गरी रुटिन मिलाएको हुन्छ। यसकारण शनिबारको छुट्टीको दिन अथवा लामो बिदाको बेला आइतबारदेखि शुक्रबारसम्म 10 देखि 19 वर्षसम्मका छोराछोरीलाई टुडेज युथ एसियाको वैकल्पिक शिक्षा र बौद्धिक कार्यक्रममा एडमिसन गराउन सक्नुहुनेछ। सम्पर्क फोन नम्बर 4257250, इमेल utya@gmail.com, ठेगाना टुडेज युथ एसिया, गौतम बुद्ध मार्ग, अनामनगर, काठमाडौँ।
Today's Youth Asia presents Nepal's Top 7 Debaters. Every Friday 8 p.m. and every Saturday 2:30 p.m. on NTV+.
Today's Youth Asia opens school representative media training for students of grade 7, 8, 9 and 10.
Best utilization of holiday time during Saturdays. Selection process is not required. First come, first served.
Whether you're a class topper or not, you can still become a winner in life if you join TYA trainings at an early age.
Learn to speak in public, learn to debate on stage, learn to write articles and television scripts, participate in English television programs, discuss on national and international issues.
Today's Youth Asia, phone number 425-7250 Our email address is youthtya@gmail.com.
Parents' best gift to their child that will last a lifetime.
विगत 10 वर्षदेखि टुडेज युथ एसियाले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरको वैकल्पिक शिक्षा प्रदान गर्दै आएको छ। हालसम्म 1200 विद्यार्थीहरू 20 वटा भन्दा बढी मुलुकहरूमा राम्रो छात्रवृत्ति प्राप्त गरेर पढिरहेका छन्। समूह 1 कक्षा 4, 5 र 6, समूह 2 कक्षा 7, 8, 9 र 10, समूह 3 कक्षा 11 र 12 लाई लक्षित गरेर टुडेज युथ एसियाले प्रदान गर्दै आएको विभिन्न वैकल्पिक शिक्षा, लिडरशिप एन्ड स्किल डेभलपमेन्ट प्रोग्राम र स्कुल रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभ मिडिया ट्रेनिङ हुन्। यी वैकल्पिक शिक्षा बिदा र छुट्टीका दिनहरूमा पढ्न मिल्ने गरी रुटिन मिलाइएको हुन्छ। यसकारण शनिबारको छुट्टीको दिन अथवा लामो बिदाको बेला आइतबारदेखि शुक्रबारसम्म 10 देखि 19 वर्षसम्मका छोराछोरीलाई टुडेज युथ एसियाको वैकल्पिक शिक्षा र बौद्धिक कार्यक्रममा एडमिसन गराउन सक्नुहुनेछ। सम्पर्क फोन नम्बर 4257250, इमेल youthtya@gmail.com, ठेगाना टुडेज युथ एसिया, गौतम बुद्ध मार्ग, अनामनगर, काठमाडौँ।
Today's Youth Asia presents Nepal's Top 7 Debaters. Every Friday 8 p.m. and every Saturday 2:30 p.m. on NTV+.
We now begin with the audition round in the category of bachelor's level. For the next debaters of bachelor's level, the topics are: women should be given the right to abortion, projects of poverty alleviation actually maintain poverty in real, is money spent on outer space research worthwhile, the development of a sound educational and health system ensures the nation's security more than military strength.
Good afternoon everyone, I am speaking on women should be given right to abortion. No woman can call herself free until she can decide consciously whether she will or will not be a mother. This line by Margaret Sanger clearly states women's right to abortion. Everybody has right to their own body and fetus is a part of woman's body, so she should have right to remove it if she wants. My opponents might argue that fetus is also a human being, but calling fetus a human being is like calling a caterpillar a butterfly. Moreover, how can a part of woman's body have more right than woman herself? My opponents might also say, why pregnancy if you have to abort? But there are several cases of unwanted pregnancies. Let's talk about rape cases. According to US Department of Justice, in USA alone, 1 woman is raped in every 2 minutes and most of them end up getting pregnant. So should not those women be allowed to abort? Of course they should be. There are girls of 13 and 14 who get raped. Should they be forced to choose lives when they have not seen their own lives? Moreover, birth control methods do not always work. Most of the birth control measures give only 75 to 95% protection against pregnancy. So what about others? There are cases when women use birth control method but still get pregnant. Should not they be allowed to abort? Now let's talk about pregnancy before marriage, which is so common in West and so unacceptable in our society. A single mother who has a difficult time handling things for herself, should she give birth to a child and make her life more complicated, or should she abort? Of course she should abort. And in our society, there are several cases of pregnancy before marriage, of course. Should a woman give birth to a child and be treated with disrespect and hatred all her life? Not only her, even her child is disrespected and hated all her life. So should she abort or should she give birth to a child? My opponents might also argue that why only women? Men also should be given right. Men also should given right to decide whether a woman can abort or not. But my dear opponent, just contributing for conception does not give man right to decide whether a woman aborts or not. There is a saying, every man can become a father, but it takes a real man to become a daddy. So if a man is really concerned about his lady, he should be able to convince her why she should keep the baby or throw the baby. But the decision should be in the hand of woman, because giving birth to a child affects women the most. So I would like to say that women should be given right to abortion. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Smarika Casey from St. Xavier's College. The topic for the debate is poverty alleviation projects actually maintain poverty in real, and I'm speaking for the motion. First of all, I would like to give a brief description of what poverty is. Poverty in general means a state when people are not able to meet their basic needs such as food, housing, clothing, education, and health. It is a deprivation of well-being. It is a situation full of powerlessness, lack of opportunities, and social exclusion. And economically, Nepal has been identified as a least developed country because of poor income capabilities that we have, less GDP, HDI, and low per capita income. That's the reality of Nepal. And the fact is that there are so many INGOs and NGOs working for poverty alleviation projects. According to data of 2009 AD, there are around 40,000 registered NGOs and 93 INGOs working in Nepal. But the question is that, are they all really working for the needs of the people? Or their projects are just full of fallacy and hidden motives? There is obviously the contradiction in working methods because they will try to impose Western ideologies and not look at the indigenous people's knowledge and their practice. Local leadership and local level planning is missing in their concept. So that is why I'm saying that poverty alleviation projects, they actually maintain poverty in real. And there are Millennium Development Goals which talk about alleviating poverty and extreme hunger and also promoting global partnership for development. And that's why these NGOs, civil societies, and non-state actors are working for these projects. But it's all in vain because so many are not working according to its objective. There's corruption. There are people who are really misusing power and money. And these money are also invested in the salaries of the consultants that they bring from foreign countries, or sometimes there's a policy or condition that the foreign countries apply that they have to buy products from the other countries. So it does more harm than do good for the poor countries. And we can take some examples of China and South Korea. They've really developed their national policies and plans of incorporating taxes or for setting standards in domestic levels, and they've really done well. So I strongly believe that poverty alleviation projects, they maintain poverty than do anything for the development. Thank you.
Good afternoon, jury. Today, I, Pratishtha Paneru, representing bachelor's levels, stands here to present my views for the motion, is money spent on outer space research worthwhile? That is, yes, the investments made on outer space research are worthwhile. When our ancestors stared into the sky, they must have wondered. When they saw moon change shapes, they must have wondered. When Galileo claimed the truth of the universe, they must have again wondered. But we no longer need to wonder. It is because outer space research has solved most of our queries. We now know that eclipses and moon changing shapes are not magic, but mere natural phenomena. Meteorology, astrology, astronomy, the list goes on. These are all sciences of our world which are based on the study of the outer world. Outer space research is a source of employment for thousands of people globally, and it has opened avenues for us to discover the beauty of universe which we would have been definitely deprived of if there was no outer space research. In today's competitive age, an individual is judged not only by the level of his academic qualification, but also on the level of his extracurricular activities. Similarly, a nation is also judged by its overall performance, which also includes outer space research. For instance, India has launched recently an outer space research project, and due to it, the whole world's definition of India has changed positively. That is, any country which has outer space research agencies or provisions has definitely a competitive edge, and the country becomes more reputed and powerful in the global context. How can money spent on outer space research not be worthwhile when we have instances where the Earth has been protected from various hazardous circumstances due to this very study? I'll give you an example. Around 2003, a meteor traveling in a pace and direction that could result in the extinction of human beings, like the extinction of dinosaurs, were destroyed by laser in space. How was it possible? I bet you know it by now. Actually, any money spent on something that is legal is good as long as it gives fruitful results. And we have so many instances where outer space research has facilitated and protected our lives. Thus, it is not a compulsion to invest on outer space research, but the investments, if made, are definitely worthwhile. Thank you.
Congratulations to the debaters who have been selected today. We would like to invite you to join today's Youth Asia's alternative education programs open for students from grade 7 till grade 12 and bachelor's level.
For the details on application, you can call the TYA office at 425-7250 or write an email to us at youthtya@gmail.com. If you as a viewer want to send us the debate topics for our upcoming episodes, you can log on to our Facebook page at facebook.com/top7debaters and post the topics of your interest. We will be back next week at the same time. Have a nice week.